Hello and welcome guys, this is Ashutosh, your host, and I welcome you all in this new video tutorial session where today I have presented over here verification of Norton's theorem. You can see I have drawn the circuit diagram. Basically this is the circuit diagram of Norton's theorem. This is the circuit diagram you can see here. Okay, this is the problem. So where we have to find Norton's equivalent diagram and we have to find out Norton's current, Norton's resistance, that is also called Thevenin's resistance, both are same, and current flowing through the load voltage across the load resistor, okay, by using Norton's theorem. So this is the circuit, okay, where 12 volt voltage source is there, battery is there, 2 ohm resistance, then 3 ohm resistance is there, then 6 ohm resistance, and finally two terminals A and B, and across which load resistance RL is connected. 1.5 ohm is the load resistance. So basically what is Norton's theorem? First of all we will understand about Norton's theorem. So it is basically the same as what we learned about Thevenin's theorem, where what happens in any linear resistive bilateral network which is having more than two sources, or there are various sources and various resistances are connected, that can be drawn into an equivalent diagram, that can be converted into an equivalent diagram which is having Norton's current source. As you can see here, this is the Norton's current source, also called short circuit current, and in parallel of Norton's resistance Rn, and this will be the terminal A and B where load resistance is to be connected. So this is the statement of Norton's theorem. So basically it is like same what we learned about Thevenin's theorem, where VTH, Thevenin's voltage source, was in series with the Thevenin's resistance, but here what you see, Norton's current is in parallel with the Norton's current source is in parallel with the Norton's resistance, or RTH or Rn, and both are basically the same. So guys, what we do, we will directly go to this page, and this is our numerical. So we have to verify whether whether it is true or not. So this is the problem. Okay, first we will solve the problem. Okay, and here I have already drawn the circuit in Multisim software. You can see over here, this is the problem. 12 volt voltage source I have written over here. I have taken 12 volt, okay, as you can see here, 12 volt supply, then 2 ohm resistance is this R1, this is R2, this is R3, and here terminals A and B, and where I have connected a meter. This is a multimeter and it is working like a meter. So first we will go through our PPT and we will solve the problem step by step. So this was the problem. Now what is the step number 1 of solving Norton's theorem? So first step is short circuit, remove this load resistance temporarily, remove this load resistance, as you can see, which is connected across A and B. So remove this load resistance temporarily and place a short circuit across A and B. So this will be the circuit. Okay, the circuit will look like this type of, where A and B is short circuited. This is the circuit, and load resistance is removed temporarily. Now guys, we have to find out the current flowing through in this resistance 3 ohm and from A to B. The current in this branch, the current flowing through towards A to B, from A towards B, that will be called Norton's current or short circuit current. So Next is this. Okay, whether we can apply KVL, Kirchhoff's voltage law, mesh analysis, or you can use nodal analysis for finding this current. Okay, so we have used here reduction method. So first we have found out the equivalent resistance, okay, and the current IT. Okay, so we have found, and the Norton's current we have find out 2 ampere is the current. Okay, you can also apply KVL here and nodal analysis. So what we have done here, we have find out the resistance, equivalent resistance. So basically 3 and 6 will be in parallel. Okay, this is closed, A and B is closed through this short circuit. So we have to reduce this circuit. Then 6 and 3 are in parallel in series with the 2 ohm resistance. So 6 3s are 18, 6 plus 3 9. So this becomes 2 ohm. Then 2 in series. So 2 plus 2. The combination of these two resistances becomes 2 ohm. So 2 plus 2 equal to 4 ohm. Now we will find out the current. So I equal to 12 volt divided by current. Voltage divided by resistance. Resistance. So 12 divided by 4. This is the resistance 4, 12 is the voltage source. So total current becomes 3 ampere. And now we will use a current division method. The total current supplied by this 12 volt source is 3 ampere. Now it will be divided from here. At this node it will be divided and it will flow in two circuits. One in this path, one will flow in this path. So we have to find out, okay, in this a path, the current flowing in this path, 3 ohm branch. So we have used here current division method. Total current, what is the formula for that? We have to find out the current in this branch, 3 ohm branch. So total current 3 ampere into the resistance in front of this branch is 6 ohm. Okay, so 6 will come first. 6 divided by 3 plus 6 equal to 2 ampere. So this is the Norton's current. This will be called the current flowing in this branch A to B is called Norton's current or short circuit current. Now come to this point. Now we have to find out the Norton's resistance. Norton's resistance or Thevenin's resistance. So basically the procedure is same. We have to remove voltage source from here and place a short circuit in this branch. Okay, remove voltage source, place a short circuit, and also remove load resistance, and then reduction of resistance will start from here. Okay, at this end, at the left side end. So here basically 6 and 2 are in parallel. 6 and 2 are in parallel. Then in series with the this resistance 3 ohm. So 6 2s are 12, divided by 6 plus 2 8. So it becomes 1.5 plus 3. So Norton's resistance or Thevenin's resistance. So in this theorem it will be called Norton's resistance. So it becomes 4.5 ohm. Okay. So basically the procedure of finding Norton's resistance is same what was during Thevenin's theorem, or the same at here of finding Norton's resistance. Now we will move further. So this will be the Norton's equivalent circuit. We already find out, okay, the Norton's current. So this will be the Norton's current, upward direction 2 ampere, and the Thevenin's resistance or Norton's resistance 4.5 ohm in parallel with this branch. And now we have to connect, and these are the two terminals. Now we have to connect the load resistance again across these terminals. Okay, so basically our equivalent diagram becomes like this: 2 ampere, this is Rn, this is In, Rn, RL. This is the load resistance 1.5. Now we know the current 2 ampere. Now we have to find out the load current, the current flowing in this branch, load resistance. So it becomes, now we will apply current division method, current division rule. So total current In, this is the In, total current In into Rn, 4.5 is the Rn, divide by Rn plus RL, 4.5 plus 1.5. So it becomes 1.5 ampere load current. So this was the solution of numerical. Now we will move towards our simulation circuit. Now we have already drawn the circuit. This is the circuit. So first we have to find out the Norton's current. So guys, we have connected multimeter. This is the multimeter, and when you will click on the run button, it will show the value. So now it verifies by calculation. We already find out the value 2 ampere Norton's current, and this multimeter will tell, that is working as ammeter, will tell the reading of current 2 ampere. Okay, as here you can see 2 ampere is the answer. Okay, so this was the Norton's current or short circuit current. Now you can see, okay, now in the second circuit you can see here we have found out the Thevenin's resistance or Norton's resistance 4.5 ohm, what earlier we calculated. Now again we have to run the simulation, and this will tell you, run this simulation, and this will tell you the Norton's resistance. So this is the value, and we have selected the ohm meter. This multimeter is working as a ohm meter. So 4.5 ohm is the reading. You can see over here we have removed the voltage source, placed a short circuit across here, remove load resistance, and connect ammeter in this branch. So this will tell you the resistance, value of resistance 4.5 ohm. And finally you can see over here, this is the basically Norton's equivalent diagram we already drawn here. So this is the 2 ampere IN Norton's current. This is, you can write over here the name RN. This is RN. Okay, so change RN, and this is the RL, and you can click on the run button, and we have connected. We have to find out the load current. So we have connected a multimeter that is working as an ammeter in series with this load resistance, and whenever you click on this run button, it will tell you the load current 1.5 ampere. So basically it verifies the Norton's theorem. So guys, you can also simulate, you can also draw and construct the circuit of Norton's theorem by using multisim software and verify Norton's theorem. So that's it.